I have Rex Ryan and Marcus Spears. So, Rex, we were discussing a moment ago whether or not it is feasible to function with both Josh Rosen and Kyler Murray on the same team. As a head coach, can you make that work?
Well, I mean, you'd have to make it work, but I don't anticipate that work.
They have to trade him.
So I think they're going to trade him, but we've seen this before. The Dallas Cowboys, you know, we put up a stat that no team has had back-to-back first-round picks since 1970 at that position. That's not true. Troy Aikman went with the first overall pick, and then they followed that up with Steve Walsh. Maybe there was 2 years in between. That happened for 1 year. Then they moved on from Walsh. They traded Walsh for a number of picks. So I think you're going to move out. Look, we need some positive mojo going in Arizona. You got Kyler Murray in there. Get the other cat out. You're going to get what you can get for Rosen and move on.
What do you think, Swaggo?
It's not going to work because it's not designed to work. You drafted Kyler Murray in order to get rid of Josh Rosen. The Arizona Cardinals and their brass said that we don't want this to work. We don't need this to work. They're on the phone as of probably a month ago trying to get rid of Josh Rosen, knowing that they would make this move. It's a difficult situation when you're in the quarterback room. And I think what makes it more difficult is it's two young guys. Josh Rosen is sitting in the room saying, I'm good enough to play in the NFL. And Kyler Murray is saying the same thing. And don't forget, a lot of people don't know this about Kyler Murray. Oh, we hadn't talked about it much. He was at Texas A&M with another recruit that was #1 in the country, Jake Allen, who was in the same quarterback room. And Kevin Sumlin ended up losing both of those guys because it just doesn't exist. It doesn't coexist when you take a guy first in the draft and 10th in the draft at the same position and the most important position in football.
All right, let me segue back to the previous conversation about Dwayne Haskins, who winds up falling all the way to 15. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, the fit is good. He's a prospect that I love. You were very much on the Daniel Jones bandwagon. What do you think of Haskins?
Well, but I love Haskins as well. I was just saying, for me, that I would have taken that guy 2, Haskins 3. That's exactly what happened. So, look, Haskins, to me, I hope, like Lewis nailed it. I hope he doesn't, he's not forced to play immediately, because I think you need to sit in there. You get behind Case Keenum, it's a great situation. Just don't get enamored with those skills and force the issue. I think that could be detrimental to Haskins. Let him develop at his own pace, and you're going to get a great quarterback.
Well, it's two things that happened. Dwayne Haskins walked into a great situation. Like Lou alluded to, they have a really good offensive line, and Darius Guice showed a lot of promise before he was injured. So he'll come in with a run game. Daniel Jones and the New York Giants dumped so much talent. Landon Collins is in Washington now. Odell Beckham in Cleveland. Olivier Vernon in Cleveland. So it's a lot of these guys that they offloaded. Haskins is, I think, it's the better quarterback, and he walks into a better situation.
Look, at the end of the day, Dwayne Haskins had as good a season as any Big Ten quarterback has ever had in the history of the conference. The fit is the fit. We'll see if he's rushed onto the field, how it works. But as a prospect, for whatever my opinion is worth, I thought he was the best in this draft.